Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 799th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. And what a battle I've got for you today. It's a really cracking battle. And as you can see, it's fought on a custom map. I think that always adds a little bit more interest to the battles. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Crypto, the host of this battle. Now, he's got 6 archers, 8 infantry, and 6 cavalry. This is his kind of standard Roman army there. And if you notice that some of his infantry have got 7 upgrades on, a veteran stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, and some of his infantry have just got gold shield, gold attack on. But the majority of his infantry have got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, but he's only got 8 infantry. Let's have a look at the upgrades on his cavalry there, and you'll see he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. Okay, so that makes some quite serious cavalry. But whenever I see this army of cryptos, I always think 8 infantry, is that enough for the modern day battlefield? Well, we'll just have to see as the battle unfolds. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Spearman. Now, Spearman's got 13 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, 13 infantry and 6 cavalry there. That'd be a tried and tested Spearman army. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and he's got 7 upgrades, and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. So as I say, that'd be a tried and tested Spearman, a Roman army. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman with his faction of choice, Carthage. Now, he's got 14 sacred band spearmen, 4 slingers, and 2 cavalry. As I say, this is Barclayman's faction of choice on RTW. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry there. He's got 7 upgrades and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his sacred band cavalry. So that will be a tried and tested Carthage army of Barclayman's there. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commanders. Got his old Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, 14 infantry and 6 cavalry for me. So there's our team. As I said earlier, this has got the potential to be a cracking battle, and I hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Earth. Now, Earth has got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. This is the bog standard Roman 31k Roman army for many, many years. And the reason it is the bog standard 31k Roman army is because it's so effective and so efficient. If you notice there, he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So as I say, that's the bog standard 31k Roman army, 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Very effective, very efficient there. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member TR. Now, TR has got 11 pikes, 3 archers, 4 cavalry, and 2 chariots. A very diverse Pontus army there. If you notice there, his forward units of his battle formation has just got gold shield, gold attack on, because that unit's going to take the pilot damage, the archer damage, and make first contact with the enemy. So it's not worth putting a lot of upgrades on that unit. If you look further back into his battle formation, you'll see the rest of his pikes are 8 upgraded there. So that's 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, and once again, I know we look at this quite a lot, but just look at the length of those Pontus pikes there that our men have got to fight all the way down to kill the man on the other end. Quick look at his cavalry there. Now, he's got the Cappadocian cavalry. If you count the upgrades, you've got 8 upgrades on his cavalry, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. There's a close-up of the Cappadocian cavalry if you haven't seen them before. Very well armoured there. Okay, and then he's got his chariots there. Now, remember, we've talked about this before. These chariots bring a big fear factor, bring a big attacking specifications, but if they run amok, they become a menace to both friend and foe alike, as they kill both friend and foe alike. And for some reason, in amok mode, they seem to be more dangerous and more powerful in amok mode. So it's always a double-edged sword when you bring chariots. He's got another Pontic heavy cavalry there as well. So he's certainly got a diverse, I think, Pontus army there. And this is just to say, this is TR's faction of choice on RTW, is Pontus. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Uther. Now, Uther's got 13 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, 13 infantry and 6 cavalry. Just like to draw your attention here to his army build. Can you see that he's got 2 eagle units there? Now, remember, eagle units are morale boosting units. So to have 2 eagle units within his infantry is giving a lot of morale to those infantry units there. Okay, and the reason he's done that is because he's got the old school Roman armoured cavalry general. Now, just to say, up to about 14 or 15 years ago, we all used to bring this as our Roman general before most of us changed to an infantry general. Okay, so this is very old school. You don't see this very often. You don't see a Roman armoured cavalry general very often. So Uther's gone old school there with that armoured cavalry general there. And as I say, with the eagle units giving morale to his infantry, he can then take his cavalry general around with his cavalry, giving them the general morale bonus. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry there, and he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. But having his armoured cavalry general with them will give them a morale boost around the battlefield. Their last teammate is Brotherhood member Auerilius, who has got his faction of choice, Greek cities. He's got 11 Spartans, 4 Cretan archers, and 4 cavalry. And as I say, this is Aurelius's faction of choice. He's got a bit of firepower there with 4 archers there, Cretan archers. And as we know, 2 missile cavalry max within 31k rules, but if you notice here that Aurelius has bought 4 of them there, and they've got 7 upgrades on, an experience strike, gold shield, gold attack. So I think for this battle he forgot there's only 2 missile cavalry units allowed. So there's the enemy team, pretty good there. You got Rome, you've got Pontus, we've got Rome, and we've got Greek cities there. You've got Greek cities there. A very powerful team there. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at Spearman's old school, old-fashioned Roman cavalry battle formation there. If you notice, you don't see a cavalry in that formation these days. Back in the day, 15, 16 years ago, you used to see a lot of people with lots of different cavalry battle formations here. And this is just an old school cavalry battle formation that I thought you might find interesting just to have a look at. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you'll see that Crypto is moving his archers forward. Now, the reason he's bought all these archers here, I think, is because what he'd like to do is target the Pontus pike units. Now, remember, the 121-man pike units of Pontus, Macedon, Seleucid, Thrace, they're all extremely susceptible to any kind of missile damage. And if Crypto can get in range of those Pontus pikemen with his 6 elite archers there, he could cause TR's units a great deal of harm. And that's what he'd like to do. He'd like to get those archer units in range of those Pontus 121-man units, just to cause a lot of casualties there before they even get into hand-to-hand fighting. Now, what I was thinking here was, can you see Uther's fast-moving armoured cavalry general unit? I thought he may well have gone for Crypto's archer units there. Can you see what I mean? That unit's so fast-moving and so well-armoured with 2 hit points and everything. I thought he could smash into those archers and cause some casualties. I bet he was thinking that. But maybe because our allies' Julii army is so close to those archers, he might well be thinking twice about it. But as I say here, this is the target, I think, for Crypto there, is to try and take out as many of TR's pikemen as he can before they even come into hand-to-hand fighting. That's the problem with Pontus, Seleucid, Macedon, Thrace, is those 121-man units are so susceptible to missile damage that you know, they are very vulnerable units there if enemy archers get in range. Here you can see TR's got one of his chariot archer units there in Canterbury and Circle. There you are. Can you see Uther just smashed into one of Crypto's archer units there with his fast-moving armoured cavalry general? That's what I saw. That's what we said earlier. We thought he was probably thinking about that, and he decided to do it. And if you notice, he routed one of Crypto's archer units on impact there. So that was a nice opportunist targeted hit there by Uther's armoured cavalry general. Now, I'd just like to show you something here you might find quite interesting. Can you see the elite? Let's pause the game for a second. Can you see the elite archers in this game? Can you see the long range that they've got to be able to hit the enemy archers over there? Like, can you see that's the elite Cretan archers there? Okay, but the short range archers here of other units, look, can you see the difference there? The Pontus archers here that have got to move so far forward to get in range of the enemy archers there. That's the difference between elite archers and mediocre archers. And unfortunately for Pontus, their archers are very mediocre there, and you can see how far forward they have to go to get in target of Crypto's archers there. Right, this is a nice move here by Barclayman with his cavalry unit. Look, looks like he's going to target Uther's general. Look, and bang, as he charged in there. But if I remember correctly, I think the Sacred Band cavalry only had gold shield, gold attack on, and this armoured cavalry general's got 2 hit points and 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So I'm thinking here that Uther's armoured cavalry general here is going to beat this Sacred Band unit of Barclayman's there. In fact, with that Pontus unit moving up, it might be a good idea to move that cavalry unit away for Barclayman there, and bang, that enemy cavalry unit smashed in there. Barclayman lost all that cavalry unit there. Did you see it didn't rout? It's all dead. And you can see there that I think Crypto's moving his infantry forward. Obviously he'd like to get close to those Pontus units there, so he can throw his pilers into those Pontus pikemen there, causing them even more damage. You'll see I'm moving my SBQR army forward as well there. But remember that Crypto's only got 8 infantry. Is that going to be a problem? Is that going to be a drawback in this battle, or will everything still be okay? We just have to wait and see. There, you'll notice here, can you see Earth? If you remember, Earth was on their right flank, our left flank, and he is now taking his Brutii army over to the other flank there. Can you see that? Well, this map has got a gentle slope on it, and over there on the right side, looking at it from here, is the higher ground, the slightly higher ground there. So that's why he's gone there. He's gone up onto the slightly higher ground there. But here you'll see that Barclayman and Spearman have kind of integrated their armies here, I think, to fight the enemy Greek cities and Earth's Brutii infantry there. So I think that's why Spearman and Barclayman have integrated their armies there. Here you'll see Uther being very aggressive, attacking the forward units of my battle formation there. Can you see how he's charging his units in to the forward units of my battle formation? They're very aggressive there by Uther, charging in there. But I should imagine we should be exchanging pilers as well. You can see I'm throwing a lot of pilers into his units there. But as I say, very aggressive attack there by Uther. As I say, you could see the way he was using his armoured cavalry general. He's in a very aggressive attacking mood, I think, for this particular battle. As I say here, you can see Spearman and Barclayman teamed up there. Over here on our left flank, you'll see that Spearman's brought his cavalry over here to support Crypto. You'll notice in our battles that Crypto and Spearman play together quite a lot, and they're pretty good teammates there, and you'll see a lot of support from each other that they give to each other there during the course of the battle. As I say, you can see Crypto being very aggressive with his 8 infantry, moving towards TR's Pontus infantry there. As I say, Crypto would love to get into piler range of those 121 man units of Pontus there, so he could cause them even more damage. And don't forget, his archers now, his 6 archers, are shooting their arrows into those Pontus pikemen all the time, causing them a lot of casualties. Now over here you'll see the Earth, as I say, he's on the slightly higher ground here. As I say, this map gently slopes from the higher ground on the right, looking at the map here, down to the left. So that's why Earth's moved over here. He's made the most of the tactical ground advantage here by getting slightly up onto that higher part of the slope. So that's a nice tactical move there by Earth. There, and as I say, you can see him moving his cavalry around there as well. And as I say, it looks to me like Earth and Auerilius are going to team up against Spearman and Barclayman. That could be an interesting tussle when that actually happens there. Now, as I say, here you can see, I think both Uther and myself will be exchanging pilers. There you are, you can see the pilers being thrown at each other there. You can see Uther throwing some pilers into my forward unit and myself replying there. But as I say, here, look, you can see this is just what Crypto wants. He's going to be throwing loads of pilers into these Pontus units. Plus, don't forget, his 6 archers are shooting. I just want to show you here. Can you see that the pikes are up? TR's pikes are up. And if the Roman general runs his infantry in quickly before the Pontus general could get his pikes down, then you have a sword-on-sword fight, and the urban cohorts will beat the bronze pikemen there. Okay, so that's just a tactic there to let you know. Can you see here, Crypto's run his units in there under the pikes before TR could get his pikes down. Look, that infantry unit has hit the pikes there. So, as I say, that's a really interesting thing to do, their tactic to do there against pike units. But as I say, Crypto's archers there, and you've got the Balearic slingers of Barclayman there, all targeting the Pontus pikemen there, all knowing that those Pontus pike units are so susceptible to any kind of missile damage there. So that's what's happening there. You can see we've got our cavalry at the back there, ready to bring our cavalry in if needed. But as I say here, it wouldn't surprise me now if TR backed his Pontus pikemen off now, away from Crypto's infantry. Let's just see what he's going to do. There you are, look, can you see see the pilers going in to TR's Pontus pikemen, and just look at the damage. Imagine the damage that's being done to those Pontus pike units before they even get into hand-to-hand fighting. It wouldn't surprise me if Crypto got some really good kills here. If you want good kills in a battle, kill the army with 121 man units in it. If you kill that army, you will get some good kills. And just looking at the way that Crypto's targeting those Pontus pike units there, as I say, it wouldn't surprise me if he gets some really good kills. Remember, his archers are shooting into those Pontus pike units all the time. Right, you can see Uther here now has split his army. Now, this is a good bit of teamwork by Uther. You can see Pontus is in trouble. You can see TR is in trouble there. So he's going to take half of his Roman army over to support his Pontus ally. He's even got his cavalry over there to support TR. Good bit of teamwork there. And he's left the bulk of his army there to face my SPQR army. You'll see Earth moving his Brutia army over to the centre as well there. Probably to support Uther in the centre. And as I say, you can see here that Spearman and Barclayman have still integrated their armies there in anticipation of fighting Earth and Auerilius there, I think. That's why they've integrated their army. Whether their anticipation will be correct, we'll just have to wait and see. As I say, look how aggressive Auerilius is being here with his Greek cities. Very, very aggressive. And you can see Spearman pulling back from the Greek cities, leaving Barclayman's Carthage Sacred Band to face them. This is a nice hit here by our allies Julii cavalry there, smashing into one of TR's units. But as I say, TR's units have suffered a lot of damage already before they even get into hand-to-hand fighting. Now, as I say here, you can see Spearman retreated his army a little bit here to leave Barclayman here to face the Greek cities, Spartans there. So that was a nice move there by Spearman, and I would think Barclayman and Auerilius here could make this a very interesting scrap on this right flank if they do in fact lock spears. Be interesting to see there. There's a general overall picture of the battle there. There you are, another hit by Crypto's cavalry into one of those 121 man units there. Took that unit out. It was so weakened by missile damage that cavalry hit just finished it off. But if you look, I just wanted to show you the numbers here. Now remember, these are 121 man units that reduced to 74 men from 121. Okay, this unit's been reduced, oh my gosh, down to 34 men. And there, can you see how they've been greatly reduced there before, as I said, they even got into hand-to-hand fighting, down to 57 from 121. So that just goes to show you how battle damage these Pontus pike units are from missiles, as I say, before they even get into the main battle. Just look at the dead Pontus pikemen here. And if you notice, there's no dead, none of our troops are dead there. It just goes to show that the Pontus pikemen casualties have all been caused, the vast majority, by missiles, arrows and pilers. So poor old TR's pike army there is greatly diminished, as I say, before they can even get into the hand-to-hand fighting part of the battle there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on this left flank with Pontus being so weakened. Maybe that could possibly be a target for us there, I don't know. It might be something we might look at there. And bearing in mind you've got Spearman's cavalry over there as well to back up Crypto's, that could be a possible hit point on that left flank of ours. But as I say, here you can see both Earth and Auerilius here facing Spearman and Barclayman's units here. And what we all find really annoying and frustrating on Rome Total War is sometimes we get a thing called a glitch. Now what a glitch is where all of a sudden your troops just start expanding all over the battlefield for no reason. You get no warning of it. They just, when you move them, they just all of a sudden, their formation breaks up and they just spread out all over the battlefield. Look at poor old Earth's army there. Can you see? These glitches are so annoying when they happen and so frustrating there. But luckily, it looks to me like none of his troops are going to run into our troops there. As I say, nobody wants cheap kills on Rome Total War. And then this is a good bit of fair play here, which I just wanted to highlight. Can you see Spearman can see that Earth's units have glitched? Okay, and as I say, nobody wants cheap kills. So can you see Spearman backing his army away from the glitched units of Earth here? And, you know, players watching this, please remember this is the right thing to do. As I say, nobody wants cheap kills on Rome Total War. And Spearman here backing his army away from glitched units is the really right thing to do. It wouldn't surprise me if Barclayman backed his... There you are, look. Can you see Barclayman backing his spears off as well, look? As I say, both Spearman and Barclayman here, a great example on Rome Total War of what you should do when enemy troops in front of you have glitched. Just move your troops back. As I say, nobody wants cheap kills. And imagine if this was your army and it just glitched like this. Okay, you would want the enemy team to back their troops off, wouldn't you, as well, so that you didn't lose troops unnecessarily. So just a shout out there to Spearman and Barclayman there. Moving their troops back from enemy glitched troops there. Well done to them for that. A great example of fair play there on Rome Total War. Okay, you'll see here that the glitch is starting to mend itself here. The only thing you can do is, when you get a glitch, is to slow everything down and just let the units try and return in slow mode, like, you know, in walking mode, not running. There you are, you can see Spearman here smashing in to that pike unit there. There, I thought that pike unit of TR's might well break. It's broken before and rallied, but obviously it didn't there, and he's going to run that unit back to his main army. You can see Spearman taking some more of his cavalry around the flank there, possibly going after that Pontus archer unit we just saw there. So as I say, at the moment here, everybody seems to have pulled back. It's kind of like we're having a rest. The troops are having a rest at the moment before we charge in. This is another big hit here, look, by Uther, look, bang, as he charges that armoured cavalry general in there. Nice hit there, going for Crypto's archers again there with that unit. He knows how much damage those archers are doing to his Pontus ally. You can see Auerilius got on the flank there. He'd love to take on the Roman army here. He'd like to take on Spearman. Probably not that keen on taking on Carthage, but he'd like to take on the Roman army if he could. And don't forget, his Cretan archers have been shooting into us as well. Probably targeting our missile troops, or he may well be targeting our Carthage ally. Remember, those Sacred Band units will suffer casualties head on from archers. And here you can see Earth's army is now completely gone back to normal. The glitch is finished. But I must be honest, when your army does glitch once, you're always worried about moving your army again, because you think it's going to glitch again. It's such a frustrating thing to happen when it does happen here. Once again, here you can see that Crypto's archers have moved forward, targeting either Pontus archers there, possibly, or Pontus pikemen if he can there. And you can see there, Earth's got his cavalry intermingled with Uther's cavalry there. And here you can see TR moving his Pontus pikemen back out of range, possibly, of archers. But if you look at his battle damaged units there, as I say, just damage from missiles there. No hand-to-hand fighting yet. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Now over here you'll see that I think it was Spearman's cavalry has just chased off some of the missile cavalry of Auerilius there. But you can see Auerilius, the way he's moving his Spartan army around, he really seems to me like he wants to engage our troops there. Can you see there? And of course you can see Earth's Roman infantry there, probably going to back up Auerilius if he does decide to attack. Okay, so we can see that. And as I say, the enemy archers there are probably going to be shooting into our Carthage ally there. Here you are, you can see Earth and Uther's army. Remember, Uther's the blue Scipii army and Earth's is the green Brutii army there. And remember, our infantry, our Roman infantry, is red Julii and purple SBQR. Okay, so just by the colours there you can see exactly what's happening. I can see a lot of enemy troops moving towards my SBQR army there. Do you notice that? There seems to be a build-up of enemy Scipii troops and enemy Brutii troops in front of my battle formation there. They may well want to target my battle formation. They may well look to try and punch a hole through our battle formation through my infantry there, possibly. As you can see, there is a build-up of infantry in front of my battle formation there. You can see TR's cavalry is pretty well intact there. And as I say here, you can see the enemy moving forward. As I say here, Auerilius here moving his Spartans forward there. And now he's moving them back over towards his ally there. As I say, the way that Auerilius has been moving his Spartans around, you can see he's itching to get into a battle there. He's itching to get his troops into the fight. Okay, so here you'll see that's the general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment. As I say, you can see Earth moving his Brutii, his green Brutii infantry forward there. And as I say, you can see Uther moving his blue Scipii troops forward there towards my SBQR army. There's going to be a lot of pilot exchanging going on here between my army and there. See the pilots going in there? And there's going to be a lot of replying pilots there from the enemy troops. So don't forget here, my battle formation now is facing some of Earth's infantry and Uther's infantry there. Now over on our left flank here, this is what I want to show you. Can you see that Crypto attacked too late? And what I mean by that is that TR got those pikes down, and so those Roman troops there that have got to fight all the way down those pikes, suffering casualties all the way as they fight down those pikes to try and get to those Pontus pikemen. But over here he got his units in there before the Pontus pikemen could get their pikes down, and now it's going to be a sword on sword fight there. And the urban cohorts, make no mistake, will beat the bronze shieldmen in a sword on sword battle there. Okay, over here look, can you see once again those pikes there went down quite quick, but here look, you can see that Crypto got his infantry in before TR could get his pikes down, look, and now it's a sword on sword fight there between Crypto's urban cohorts and those bronze shield units. So that's a good tactical move there. Those of you that play Rome Total War that watch this, get your infantry, your Roman infantry, to attack the pike units before they get their pikes down. Here once again, look, can you see those Roman troops got into those pike units before they got their pikes down? So as I say, a sword on sword fight there, and urban cohorts will win there. So there's a good chance there that the whole of the Pontus army, or most of it, could be taken out. But here, as I say, you can see Uther's blue Scipii troops and Earth's green Brutii troops there, looking like they're going to attack my SBQR army there, looking just at the disposition of their army there. So anyway, let's just see what happens over here on this flank. Now here you'll see that I think it's Crypto here. He'd love to get his cavalry in behind those Pontus pike units so that he could smash into them in a hammer and anvil attack. Make no mistake about that. But if you notice here, the enemy are moving their cavalry over to that flank, and that could be a problem for us there. As I say, my SBQR units are facing two lots of infantry there, and here's a nice cavalry hit there by Uther, going into the back of one of Crypto's engaged units, look, and bang, as he smashes in there, routed that unit on impact. Now you'll see Spearman and myself counter-attacking with our cavalry, but Uther's pulled his cavalry out pretty sharpish there, so we didn't kind of cause any casualties to him. We need to pull our cavalry back now because we don't want to fight enemy infantry head on with our cavalry. Thank you very much. So we're going to pull our cavalry back there. But as I say here, you can see, it wouldn't surprise me if Auerilius attacked at any stage there. I think, as I say, he's got his finger on the trigger there, ready to pull it there. But as I say, over here you'll see a lot of the Pontus units there of TRs are really being aggressively attacked here. Can you see how now Crypto's got units around the flank of these pike units? He's still finding it difficult, look, to fight down the pikes at the front there, look, can you see? And as he fights down those pikes, he's going to lose men all the time. But to get units round the flank or rear of pike units, look, that's the best tactical move you can do. But you need to watch out for enemy cavalry if you do that, because of course enemy cavalry could smash into your rear there. Here once again, look, you can see him attacking those pike units. He's got into a sword on sword fight there, so his urban cohorts will win, but he needs to watch out, as I say, for enemy cavalry there that could well be targeting his infantry. Okay, as I say, looking at that left flank of ours looks possibly a target for the enemy. We'll just see there. Right, here you can see I think it's Spearman charging his cavalry in there like a bang! Took out the Pontus general there on impact. That was a nice combined cavalry and infantry attack there between Spearman and Crypto. So really well done to him there. And as I say, over here you can see a lot of enemy cavalry moving in here. That's why I said our left flank was looking a bit vulnerable to me. And bang, as that enemy cavalry charges in there. Okay, so it's good we've taken out most of the Pontus pike units there, but just look at the volume of cavalry that the enemy have brought over to our left flank. And to be honest with you, I mean, I'm just looking here, and it looks to me like our left flank is pretty well broken there. There's just a couple of Crypto's infantry units left there, and look at the enemy cavalry and infantry that have massed on our left flank. So it looks to me pretty well like our left flank could be broken there, and they could start rolling us up from left to right. I don't know what you think, just looking at the general disposition of the battle here. As I say, Spearman's infantry and Barclayman's infantry are once again integrated here, ready to face Auerilius and possibly Earth's infantry attack there. So as I say, it'll be interesting to see what happens on this right flank of ours if Auerilius is going to attack. It'll be interesting to see, as I said. But as I say, just look at our left flank over there. You can see I'm charging my SPQR cavalry into some enemy Brutii infantry there, like, and bang, as I smash in there. If you notice, I'm moving my infantry over to the left as well. I'm going to try and help shore up our left flank there. But just look at all those enemy troops. Remember, we are the purple and the red. Okay, we are the purple and the red there, and we're charging in there. You can see Crypto charging his cavalry in there like a bang. If you notice, I'm going to pull my cavalry back with Spearman's there. We're going to lock and load and charge back in again, but you can see Crypto's cavalry really charging. Can you see I'm moving my SPQR infantry over there as well to try and help out? But now I'm going to charge my cavalry in once again there. That's good news. We've routed one of their generals there like a bang, as my cavalry smashes in there. And can you see the Cappadocian Pontus cavalry smashing in there as well like a bang as it charges in. This left flank of ours, it looks really exposed to a big cavalry hitter. Right, you can see Uther's got his cavalry. He's skillfully brought them around the flank. Look, going to look to smash into the flank of our cavalry and infantry with his well upgraded cavalry there. And then you've got Earth's green Brutii infantry there as well, ready to be thrown in. You've already got the Pontus Cappadocian cavalry charging in there, so we're trying to hold on to our left flank and left centre as best we can. Here where you can see the enemy Scipii and Brutii infantry aggressively attacking the forward units of my battle formation there. As you can see, they're really pushing in there. But as I say, that's good. That's a Julii general just been taken out, so that's bad news for us. Look at that cavalry hit by Uther, just smashed in there. We're going to counter-attack with our cavalry, look. And bang, as we charge in there with our cavalry there. Oh my gosh. As I say, this left flank and left centre, could this prove pivotal to the outcome of the battle? Oh my gosh, looking at the resources that we're both pushing in there, I think both teams think that's probably right. This could prove absolutely pivotal. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So if you look here, you'll see Spearman's cavalry there and some Spearman's infantry, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, possibly all of Crypto's army has now been taken out. And you can see enemy cavalry ready to smash into our flank here, but I think at this time, possibly all of Crypto's army has been taken out. You can see the enemy Brutii and Scipii troops really aggressively attacking the forward units of my infantry battle formation there. And meanwhile over here, Auerilius has decided to strike, and he's striked really hard here against our Carthage ally there. You can see there. Now remember that I think he's got a slight slope advantage there as he comes in on our Carthage ally. And as I say, I believe at this time all of Crypto's army, all of his army has now been broken and taken out. Okay, so we've lost all of Crypto's army at this stage of the battle. But he did really well on that left flank in taking out most of the Pontus army there. So I would think he's going to get some really good kills at the end of the battle there. Looking at how much damage his archers and cavalry and infantry had done there to the Pontus pikes. As you can see, I'm going to pull my SPQR cavalry back. I'm going to lock and load it. If you notice there, I'm being attacked on the left flank by rallied Pontus pike units there. And I can see Spearman's brought some of his infantry over to try and help me on that flank. Okay, you can see some of the enemy cavalry here look like they were going to attack Spearman's cavalry, but decided to back off. Nice bit of teamwork here by Spearman. Can you see how he's covering my flank there from those enemy units that are moving in? But as I say, just look at how the enemy are running their infantry into my battle formation there, trying to break through, trying to punch a hole through my battle formation there. Old school battle formation as well, mind. But here you can see Spearman there covering my left flank from enemy troops and cavalry that would look to smash into the flank. If you notice here, I've spotted the danger and have turned my general unit there to face the threat of enemy attack coming in from that left flank. So I'm facing the threat now rather than them hitting in my flank. But as I say, just look at how those enemy troops are charging into my infantry. Now if you notice here, Spearman's brought his infantry over, and it wouldn't surprise me if he did like kind of a surge attack there and moved his infantry forward to attack the engaged enemy troops there. I've got my cavalry locked and loaded. I could back his infantry up with my cavalry, but look at all this enemy cavalry out here ready to charge in. Earth's got a couple of good infantry units there as well. You know, well populated infantry units there, and all this cavalry here could charge in. So we need to watch this space. Over here, as I say, you can see Auerilius being very, very aggressive with his Spartans there, attacking into Barclayman's Carthage Sacred Band units there. Very, very aggressive. So, but as I say, here you'll see, and let's see if Spearman's going to surge forward with his infantry. Right, there you go. Can you see? He's now surging forward in those long lines of infantry. I'm going to charge my cavalry in to back up that surge attack. Can you see my cavalry charging in there? Look, and bang! As I smash in there. And as I say, you can see Spearman charging his cavalry in as well there. And we're just, that was a double cavalry and infantry attack there. Now here you will see that Uther is trying to help his Greek city's ally here by trying to weaken the Carthage units there by hitting them in the rear. But if you notice there, Barclayman spotted that and turned that spear unit to take that cavalry attack just before the cavalry hit. So he's caused Uther some casualties there. But you can see Earth smashing cavalry in here as well. I think what they're trying to do here is take out Carthage, look, and then they can then free up their Greek city's ally. There, look, can you see Earth's cavalry charging? Once again, Barclayman spotted the danger and turned that spear unit to face that cavalry hit that just came in on him there. Good battlefield awareness there by Barclayman there, but he is being sandwiched there, look, between Greek city units and cavalry. Here you can see Uther getting some of his Scipio units in there as well. As I say, I think their team's thinking here is take out Carthage. There you can see a lot of Barclayman's units have already routed, but if they can take out Carthage, then that will free up their Greek city's ally there to come over and start taking on our Roman armies, which is just what they'd like. So, as I say, this battle's right up in the air. At the moment, you can see those militia cavalry. If Auerilius alt attacks them and smashes into the rear of our troops, that could be a problem. Here you can see Earth has brought one of his Brutio units round our flank and is now attacking my general unit there. Can you see? I need to watch out for that because, make no mistake, Earth would love to kill my general, take the morale bonus away from my troops. You can see Cappadocian cavalry smashing into the back of Spear's infantry there, look, really pushing into Spear's infantry well. The Pontus pike unit moves into them as well. Now you'll see TR moving that cavalry unit back to lock and load it and get ready to charge it in. I see there's enemy Brutii cavalry in behind us. Earth got his cavalry in behind us there. Look. You can see urban cohorts. Right, here comes that militia cavalry going to charge in there. It's only light cavalry, so it hasn't got much impact or penetration, but bang! As it charges into this at this stage of the battle there. Did some damage there. I saw some of Earth's units rout there. There's a Cappadocian cavalry charging there. It wouldn't surprise me if he went for my general here, look, which he's doing, look. Bang! He's smashing into my general unit, trying to take my general out, trying to take the morale bonus away from my troops there. Look at that massive troop. So I'm going to counter-attack with the cavalry that I've got left. My cavalry is very battle damaged at the moment. But there's my general that being attacked by enemy Brutii infantry and Pontus cavalry. They really want to take my general out. Just look at the effort they're putting in there to take that general out, to take the morale bonus away from my troops. And look how all the enemy troops there are trying to engulf my SBQR troops there, but still managing to hold there. The general's still alive. My general's still alive, giving morale bonus to my troops. You can see Spearman bringing his Julii troops in as well there, look. So as I say, our left flank and left centre here is really under a lot of pressure. There you can see one of my SBQR units is routed already there. And as I say, Spearman trying to get his infantry over there. But over here you'll see, I think Barclayman's doing a superb job of holding this right flank, bearing in mind he's been smashed and crashed by enemy cavalry, and you can see Uther's got one of his infantry units involved over there as well. So as I say, I think Barclayman's holding up the Greek cities and enemy troops there extremely well there, so well done to him. As I say, my general still survives, which I'm really pleased about. I need to pull him out of danger there. I don't want him fighting enemy troops or with a chance of him being taken out. So my old school, old-fashioned, morale-based battle formation is still holding. There goes a couple of Uther's cavalry charging in there, and I come bang as he smashes it in there. Oh my gosh. I can see another one of my units just routed there. There's enemy cavalry in behind. He may well go for my general again there. But as I say, Spearman's great support there with his Red Julia army brought over to help my SBQR army that was fighting two armies there. Right, that's the Greek city's general dead, so that's good news for us. But looking at enemy Pontus Cappadocian cavalry in behind us there. Let's pause the game for a second. Now if he's going to charge in, I don't know what you guys think, maybe wedge might be better. I've spotted the danger and I've turned my general unit to face the threat of that cavalry coming in behind us there. Can you see my general unit is facing the threat there? So that I'm coming in, so that's not bad battlefield awareness there. But as I say, if that Cappadocian cavalry was in wedge formation, that you get more penetration, more impact with that. You can see enemy troops attacking the forward units of my battle formation still. But meanwhile, over on our right flank here, you'll see that Auerilius has done really well in coordination with some of his allies' units there, have taken out a lot of Barclayman's spear units there. There's that Cappadocian cavalry charging in that, but he's got them in normal formation. As I say, in wedge formation there, I think you get more penetration, more impact, and do more damage there. But as I say, you can see that Pontus cavalry really charging in there. But it's still, Spearman and myself are still holding well there against the enemy infantry and cavalry that are coming in on us there. But as I say, over here, I think Barclayman, as I say, has done a superb job of holding our right flank against those Spartans and enemy units that were sent over to help those Spartans there. So well done to Barclayman there. Auerilius is being very aggressive with his Spartans there. As I say, he may well smash into the rear of those Carthage units with those militia cavalry, but they are only light cavalry, so you don't get that much impact or penetration. Right here you'll notice now that I've moved my SBQR army forward. I've turned defence into attack and just attacked what was left of the enemy units and routed them there. So Spearman and myself need to get over to our right flank now to help our Carthage ally. Okay, so that's where we need to move. I don't think I've got any cavalry left, and I'm not sure, I don't think Spearman's got any cavalry left either. It's just going to be an infantry slog here. But as I say there, you can still see a lot of Spartan units there, but they are extremely battle damaged there. Barclayman's done a really good job. And as I say, you can see both Spearman and myself moving over to our right flank now to take on the Spartans. But if you notice there, I think most of the other enemy troops, all of Pontus, all of Earth's units, and all of Uther's units, I think we've taken out at this stage. So now we're just moving in on those Greek city units. I just wanted to show you something you might find quite interesting here, what the Spartan units are thinking. If you look carefully, can you see what they're doing? If you read the writing there, let's go in close. Can you see what they're thinking there? If you look there, distraught over the number of enemies. So that means their morale is really dropped there. There's a unit that's already routed, and another unit there distraught over enemy numbers. So these Spartans here are not only battle damaged, but their morale is dropping like a stone by the number of our troops that were taken over here to attack them. So it's a double whammy on them there. As you can see, we've got the massive numbers there, but as I say, because we've got those massive numbers, we're actually causing their morale to drop like a stone. So when we attack them, it wouldn't surprise me if those Spartan units routed almost on impact there, because their morale will be so low. So there you are, you can see us charging in there. There you are, just the Greek city's general left. And there you are, we've managed to, as I say, routed those units almost on impact because their morale was so low. Just to show you how much of a battle of attrition this was, on our right flank, just look at the units that Barclayman's got left. He's got one unit there. What's that, with 19 men? Another unit there with, what, 18 men left in it there? And one more unit over there, Balearic Slinger. That's the entirety of his army. I think 3 or 4 units. That's all he's got left out the entirety. That's the entirety of his army there. So that just goes to show how much of a grinding down battle that right flank was there. So as I say, well done to Barclayman for holding so well. And let's have a look at the battlefield. Actually, it's quite, I suppose it's quite condensed in its own way, where the fiercest fighting was. You already can see where there was some skirmishing of cavalry there. As we move across here, can you see that line there? If you notice there, can you see that line of dead Pontus pikemen? That's the pikemen that suffered the casualties from pilers and archer damage there. Their bodies are laying in long grass there, but you can see there a line of them there where they were killed by archers and pilers there. Over here, you'll see this was a massive scrap over here. If we move across the dead bodies there, just look at the intensity of the fighting in this part of the battlefield here, just by looking at the piles of dead here. Oh my gosh, this just goes to show how intense this part of the battlefield was. And as we move into the longer grass area, the bodies kind of, you can't see them so clearly there, obviously, because they're lying in long grass there, but you can see the intensity over here. And as I say, Barclayman did well holding on that right flank of ours, bearing in mind he was hit by enemy units as well as the Spartans there. Yeah, I thought he did really well there. As I say, if you just look at the intensity of the fighting there, you can see how tough this was and how much of a real battle of attrition it was as well there. But as I say, our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say, as always, really well played to everybody in the game there. I thought everybody played really well, guys. I thought it was a really great Brotherhood display there. Well done. And as you can see, it was an average victory there. Okay, it was an average victory. And what I wanted to do here was look at TR's Pontus army there. Okay, and TR's really persevering with Pontus here. He's really he tries to tweak his armies as much as he can. As you see, he's got a large army there. If you look at 1,819, he's got a lot of troops there. And really the kills that he got, I think he got some good kills there. Bearing in mind, most of his units were extremely battle damaged by archers and pilers before he even got into hand-to-hand fighting there. So I thought, well done to him there. I thought he did really well there. But the highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member Crypto, 1,871 kills. And if you look at the other kills here, you'll see he's got the highest kills by far there. And remember, his army only had 8 infantry, and remember his army consisted of 8 infantry, 6 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, and we were questioning, weren't we? Was 8 infantry enough for the 31k battlefield? Well, there you go. 1,871 highest kills in the game by far. So really well done there. It goes to show that army did well. As I say, killing an army with 121 man units in does give you good kills. So well done to Auerilius there. I think he got the 2nd highest kills in the game there with his Greek city units there. So well done, his faction of choice. Well done to Uther. I think he got the 3rd highest kills. So they got the 2nd and 3rd highest kills in this battle. So really well done to them. As I say, well done to TR, persevering with Pontus there. Got some good kills there with Pontus, and well done to Earth as well. Got some good kills. He got a bit fed up with that glitch he had there, I would think. So well done, guys. My kills, well, bearing in mind I was mostly defensive in that battle. If you notice there, I was just kind of holding the line there. Then I think that was quite good kills, really, because and I still got a lot of troops left on the battlefield. If you look at the other armies there. Well done to Crypto, as I say, highest kills in the game by far there. Well done to Spearman. If you notice, he was supporting all over the battlefield there. So well done to Spearman, did extremely well there, I thought. And as I say, well done to Barclayman there, holding our right flank. I think Barclayman got the 3rd highest kills in the game. So 3rd or 4th highest kills. So well done to him there and holding that right flank. So just to say that we play Rome Total War every Friday and Saturday night. Those of you that watch our battles regularly, if you'd like to join us on a Friday and Saturday night, it would be great to see you. And of course, if you get into a really good battle like this one we've just watched, you may well see yourself on YouTube on this channel fighting with your army. So you'd be more than welcome to join us. We look forward to seeing you soon, and bye for now.